Whenever we hear about working out, we inevitably come back to core training, or a strong core, or a stable core. And rightfully so, because a stable core is going to set you up for success in all your other lifts. But what does that even mean? Today we're going to talk about some of the hows and whys of the core training we do here at Experity. When talking about training the core, I think a logical starting place is to define what does it even do. And essentially, it stabilizes and produces movement from the spine. So there's three different ways we're going to focus on that the core stabilizes or moves the spine. The first is going forward and back. So why don't you go profile, Ange, and show them bend the spine forward and back. So that's like your crunches and exercises like that. You can go side to side as well. So the spine can bend side to side. And then of course you can rotate as well. And the core can either stabilize the spine through these movements or produce the movements themselves. So now we're going to break it down and show you some actual exercises we do within each one of those categories. All right, so the first plane of motion we're going to start in is that forward and back. And today what we're going to focus on, rather than moving the spine forward and back, we're going to focus on stabilizing the spine first. So Ange here is going to go ahead and get into a forearm plank, and we're going to talk about how this works the core in that manner. So in this plank position, Ange is using the front side of her core to stabilize against gravity. But of course, we also want to be balanced and work the back side as well. I'm going to show you how to do that. Go ahead and get all the way to the ground, Angie. And we just call these Supermans. So she's going to lay on the ground and work on lifting her body off the ground using the musculature along the back side of her core here. So now she's moving the spine up, or she can go ahead and pop up into a plank and use the front side of her core to stabilize the spine against gravity. So now that we've talked about how to stabilize the spine in that front to back plane of motion, we can take that same concept and use it to stabilize in the side to side range of motion. So go ahead and do a side plank for me, would you, Ange? So now, just like she was in her stomach before, she's turned to her side and gravity's pulling her down this way. What would happen if you let those muscles go? It would start to sag and pull and side bend right up here, right? Keep going, sag. Now, she's using her muscles to keep the hips up, keep a nice straight line, and she's stabilizing against gravity. So once you've achieved a certain level of proficiency holding this plank in kind of a static position, you can continue to work those muscles even more by adding some movement to it and dipping down, let gravity pull your hip down, and then fight back up against it. And you can do this for repetitions. And now this is a little bit more of a dynamic form of the same exercise, working the same musculature. We can also get up on our feet and do some different applications. So now we're going to add a little bit of movement to that side bend stability. So Ange grabbed a weight here, and she's just going to start walking with it. Now because the weight is only on one side, its tendency is to pull her towards that side. And she's got to use all the muscles on the side there to stabilize against that movement as she goes. So now she's stabilizing her whole spine as she goes, but specifically she's stabilizing against that side bend. All right, so the last piece of the puzzle we're going to talk about today is rotating the spine. So just like the other two, we're going to start with a little bit of stability. So what Angie's going to do is take that band, so there's some stretch on it, right to the middle of her chest, and she's just going to press out and hold it there. So now, you see how this band is stretched? It's pulling her this way, and she's using her rotational core muscles to stabilize against that force. So once we have some sufficient stability in the rotational plane, we can start adding some strength and a little bit more dynamic movements to those exercises. So every move we make starts at the center of our body. Building a nice strong core is not only going to keep us injury-free, but it's going to have a lot of carryover to all the other movements we do both inside and outside of the gym.
For more information or videos just like this one, subscribe to our YouTube channel, check us out on Facebook, or visit us at experityfs.com.